Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Anisah binti Adam. So for the mock persuasive speech, my topic is Will punishing bullies help? Good morning everyone and a very warm welcome to today's event. Today all of us have gathered here to discuss the changes that have to be brought in the environment country to ensure a safe and healthy environment for our children to grow up and learn. What is bullying means? Bullying is generally and aggressively dominating and intimidating behavior using threats and force upon someone weak and helpless, where the victims might end up doing some unimaginable move. I, being someone who live in a peaceful area, don't know the unfortunate circumstance of being bullied. However, I will tell you a story. There was a time when humans and creatures did not exist. There's only shapes. There within the brain space were 6 clans: circle, triangle, rhombus, oval, trapezoid, and square. These shapes were at war with one another, shouting, "You are too sharp and you are too round." Eventually, the shapes combined into 2 armies, which are the 4-sided and the less 4-sided. The war was stalemate and ended with stalemate, with both sides making a society. Then one day, a new shape that they have never seen before arrived. The shape was cube and is 3D. All of others disgraced them, saying, "Leave this place and never come again." Eventually, it gave in and turned itself into 2D. The cube was never heard of again. The cube was now a square. The cube is gone. So the end. It is important to put an end to the heinous act of bullying in schools. The act of bullying is something that grows and feeds off the insecurities of the children, and it works both ways. When a child becomes a bully, it is not only affect the life of the other persons, but also their own personal growth. The problem of bullying should be addressed in major public platform to draw attention to the need of eradicating bullying. Social scientists have found that there is limited evidence that mandatory suspensions are effective at bullying behaviors. We know that bullying is common in many places, and the person who is bullied regularly suffer huge traumas, and some lose their mental and physical steadiness. Issues that bullying should be addressed at its root to stop it from growing further, as the bullies deserve to be punished. They should be also taught that was the better way of approaching the situation than resorting of bullying. In some cases, it is important for the child to get another chance. While sending students home from school does communicate that the bullying behavior is unacceptable, it does little thing to teach them on how to improve their behavior. When students are suspended or expelled from school, they typically just sit at home and do nothing. This is unlikely to stop bullying. If school were to focus on effective early intervention for bullies instead of waiting to punish bullying behavior after the fact, it is likely they would see a decrease in bullying suspensions and expulsion. In addition, it could prevent some tragic consequences of bullying. So what you can do is you have to stand up for yourself and ask them why they are bullying you. Maybe have an important conversation in between. The bully might need also to ask themselves, such as, why is the person I'm bullying deserving this? If you are the person getting bullied, you should act smart. Fight them back? No. If they are harming you, go to an adult nearby, tell them, and don't be afraid. I know why they are afraid though, because they think that bully is going to hurt them more and they will get angrier. But for your own good, you need and you should do it. So for people who see their friends getting bullied and act just like nothing, what are you? A friend or a fake? Can we just take the power away from a bully instead of giving more and more attentions? So to stop bullying, it is important to understand the root of the problem. The problem is created when a sense of difference is being indoctrinated into the children from a very young age. Punishment for bullying will help, but it won't stop the bullying. To make sure acts like this are not repeated, it is important for the children to be taught the meaning of respect, kindness, and empathy right at home. Children take a lot from their parents, and it is important for them to display these qualities to make sure that their children will take it over and behave accordingly into the peer of groups. Also, it is important for them to hold accountable for their wrongdoings and to make them realize the importance of apologizing and considering the emotion of feelings for the other person as well. Strong people stand up for themselves, but the strongest people stand up for others. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the document that states all of the official rights. We have the right to stand up for ourselves and also for what we want and what we believe. So basically, this thing is getting serious. It has been a big issue since past few years. Every human fights own battle. So why not learn and use compassion to treat it? Our rights is so important that the entire United Nations agrees on it. So making children suffer for what they have done is often defended as practical grounds. But I've been unable to find any evidence to support the claim that punishment makes schools safer or leads the children who have been punished to become more ethical or responsible. Indeed, punitive responses, even they are inoffensive consequences, are often not merely ineffective but actively counterproductive. Punitive discipline was subsequently associated with more antisocial behavior, less prosocial behavior, and increased level of anxiety. Interestingly, when many proponents of traditional discipline are presented with such evidence, they simply pivot to a very different defense, one that can't be dislodged with evidence, that insists that if someone does something bad must be done to that person too. He or she must be held accountable, and consequence must be imposed for moral reason, even there is no practical benefit. So to bullies, don't try to take those away from humans. No matter how much you hate them, please be a good people. Help us to stop this bullying, one hurt and one helper at a time. Don't cross the line and don't start. Although we might feel like we can't make a difference, we really do have a power to change things. Almost every time a bystander steps and the conflict stops within 10 seconds. It is so easy to be a bully. It's harder to do the right thing, but it does not take too much to make someone feel good. It often just to take one word, stop. You can do much, so go make a difference. Thousands of kids and adults get bullies every day. They fight with themselves and others constantly. Though this might sound scary, the thought that you could be one of these victims bullying in a week or even a day is much scarier. So what we can do to stop bullying or prevent bullying? Because this thing is awful. It makes people feel bad and makes people feel like they don't matter in this world when they are really do. So it needs to be stopped. As a bully can take a person's freedoms for speech to stand up for themselves. It's saying that a bully can make someone feel really bad. However, punishing bully will not solve the problem.